Okay, so it's now week 3 for Rochelle in California. Let's find out how she has done in week 3 of the ULM system.
So how did you find the past few weeks going through and seeing like the overall system?
Um, Overwhelming. It is a lot to take in, but I know that it's going to be good and worth it in the end once fully implemented. It's really putting everything in my calendar, having my weekly evaluations, and just having my day planned out the night before has been really helpful. I found that um, sorry. I found that there was a couple days. Okay, there was a couple days where I didn't do it, and I like the night before. I didn't plan, and I was like, oh, it's okay. I don't have time, or I'm tired. I got to go to bed, whatever. Because I bartend late at night, and then I found that the next mornings, those days, I was completely like, oh, what am I gonna do? What do I need to do? And I was out of it. So it was good to go through that because it forced me to jump back in and understanding that was more helpful and that was a need to, get that together. Yeah, and to keep on it.
Yeah. I mean, everyone falls off track. I mean, it's natural for us to not do it on some days. But yeah, I mean, like it's the 2080 principle, right? So how do you know that it's going to be worth it in the end with you implementing everything?
Being that I've never been meticulously organized in my routine, I know that there's nothing but the opportunity to get better. And like we had talked about earlier, using the online platform, like an actual structured platform, like you said, it's overwhelming and there's a lot to take in right now, but I can already tell that the outcome will be worth it. Like there's going to be right now, a lot of trial and error and a lot of just getting the system in place. And so, but I know that there's nothing but a good outcome from here,
Yeah. What do you think is going to be the biggest difference in the future now that you're using an online system as well as the writing in the day? I mean, what do you think is going to be the biggest thing that shifts for you?
I think, I think the knowing what I'm going to do before I do it will be helpful, but also the checkbacks. The having the vision, but checking back in on your vision, looking back and saying, okay, I may have done all this, but what did I really do? And what do I need to change? What those 2mm shifts, those little things at the end of the week or at the end of the month where you're like, okay, I did all these things, but what did I really do? And how could I make this better? I think that those checkbacks and then rechecking in with yourself is going to be the biggest thing for me,
Yeah.
Because self-evaluation is always good to do. You can't go where you can't get where you're going unless you know where you are.
Yeah. Cool. And then was there anything that was surprising or that you found was something that you weren't expecting this week at all?
I mean, I think the whole thing is surprising. There's a lot of it I've never implemented, nor even, as far as my planning had ever been, it was the RPM planning, so this is a whole bunch of other stuff. And I see the value in it. So it's all been surprising though. I think like the breaking up my wheel of life into its own specific triangles, and creating clear visions on those, along with like a sub identity and all those kinds of things. Like, it was all surprising because I hadn't gone into those depths yet,
Yeah. So now that you've done all of this, I mean, obviously it's a lot of work to like dive into it. What do you think?
I haven't implemented all of it. I'm getting there.
I'm sure. What do you think it's going to be like in the future, knowing that you've done all this groundwork?
Oh gosh. I mean, a lot better, a lot more planned, a lot more routined, a lot more decisive in my days. I tend to be a bit indecisive, a lot indecisive. So knowing exactly before something happens what I'm going to be doing with it, having a clear vision,
Cool.
So
okay, nice. Brilliant. Is there anything else that you wanted to share about this week that you think would be helpful for me to know?
Not yet. No, I guess not.
Nice. Well, I mean, there's 1 week left, and there's been loads of other bonus videos that I think you'll really enjoy. But yeah, thank you for your time, and I look forward to chatting to you soon.
Thank you, Ben.
Cool.